A absolutely beautiful night at the Greenbrier in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, where the sun thankfully dipping behind the Alleghenies and the temperature coming down on what was a very hot and toasty day number 7 of season 45 of World Team Tennis. And tonight, the final match, the fourth and final match of the night, is the Springfield Lasers taking on the New York Empire from center court at Creekside. Hi, everybody. Nick Gismondi. Glad to have you with us here on ESPN Plus as we get you ready for a very nice nightcap. Two big teams coming in for a big competition on what was already a full day of action. Let's take a look at exactly how things have played out already today, just to kind of catch you up. This is presented by DraftKings. Well, Vegas and San Diego kicked things off, and we went into extra play, and it was the Aviators defeating the Rollers 2015, and then Orlando and Orange County battling it out into a super tie break, with Orange County coming away 23-22, and what a comeback for them after dropping their first 3. They have picked up their last 2 and have started to roll. And then, man, just about an hour ago, Washington and Philadelphia taking on, and Sophia Kenin continues to prove to be just an absolute dominant force. 22-14 win. She beat Venus Williams in women's singles 5-1. So the standings look like this. The Freedoms, who came in absolutely stacked at 4-1. Remember, the top 4 teams make the playoffs. The Chicago Smash, the newest expansion team, at 3-1 right now. Rollers and Storm still in it, so a massively important match right now for the New York Empire as they get set to take on the defending champ and truthfully a team that's stumbled a little bit out of the block, the Springfield Lasers. Well, listen, I'm going to put you in the very capable hands of the two gentlemen calling this one. Leaf Sheriff's topside, Mark Lucero, socially distanced away from him. Gentlemen, we got a good one on tap tonight.
We sure did, Gizmo. Thanks for that. And yes, welcome in, everyone. An evening of World Team Tennis here at the Greenbrier. Looking forward to this one. Two teams that need a win. The favorites on paper will be the New York Empire. They're led, of course, by Kim Clijsters, the Hall of Famer, the world #1 in singles and in doubles. She'll feature in mixed doubles and women's singles, so she'll be an impact player for the Empire. If they can pick up a win, they'd move inside the top 4. Of course, I'm with Mark Lucero, and Mark, as a former coach on the ATP and WTA Tour, you know how tough it is to play good tennis. Kim's been away from the game for 8 years, and it seems like she hasn't lost a beat. Are you surprised by the success she's having, how well she's playing?
Leaf, Kim is the story of the first week. Kim Clijsters is playing some great tennis on the singles court, undefeated, and making some major contributions in the mixed doubles. She is hitting the ball huge out of the corners, so much pace coming off her racket, as we saw right there. When she's able to establish positioning with her feet, she is so dangerous. I want to see if any of these players can put her on her heels, make her play a little bit of side to side, but when she's comfortable, she is still as good as ever. When we can see right there, 4-0 this week, most of these sets not even that close.
Yeah, look at the players she beat. She beat the Australian Open champ, Sophie Kenyon, Danielle Collins, Sloane Stephens, and she really looks very strong and very comfortable. So the Empire will certainly be counting hard her play. The 2-time defending champs, they'll defend on the men's doubles. They've got a couple of veterans in there, Robert Lindstedt and Jean-Julien Roger. Roger with that 2-hander up the line. These guys are so rough. What makes them such a tough out?
They have so much experience, Leaf. They've played in a lot of big matches, Grand Slam finals together. They took out the Bryan brothers. They've been the most consistent contributors this season for the Lasers.
Yeah, it's tough to find wins consistently, and this is where the Lasers are counting on getting at least 5 games, keeping it close, and maybe some good things can happen down the stretch. Well, the New York Empire is the home team. They'll set the lineup. They put women's singles and men's singles last. Kim Clijsters is joined by Jack Sock. Is that going to be enough for the Empire to get over?
That's a big team that can be really advantageous. A good start here would really help the Empire in the long run today.
So they'll finish with singles. We'll kick it off with mixed doubles. Robert Lindstedt and Katie McNally, Kim Clijsters and Neil Skupski. We've got it for you coming up next.
Springfield, his third-year World Team Tennis, and a winner of 23 doubles crowns, including the 2002 Minutes Australian Open. Great hands at the net. Give it up for Robert Lindstedt. part of Belgium's Olympic and Fed Cup teams in her career. Welcome back, Kim Clijsters. Lipston and McNally against Clijsters and Skupski. We have mixed doubles to serve it up next.
World Team Tennis is brought to you by Geico. Did you know that Geico is now offering an extra 15% credit on car insurance? That's on top of what Geico could already save you. Visit geico.com to learn more. By the Greenbrier Valley in West Virginia, home to scenic trails and quiet rivers, friendly mountain towns, and America's resort, the Greenbrier. And by DraftKings. Download the DraftKings app and use promo code WTT to play free for thousands of dollars in prizes this season.
It's a beautiful setting here at Center Court at Creekside as the Lasers and the Empire will tee it up. And we will finish this under the lights at this fabulous stadium set in the Alleghenies. Here's a look at our Wilson lineups, the order of play. Mixed doubles, we'll kick it off, then it's women's doubles, men's doubles, and finishing off with some singles. Mark, what stands out to you? Remember, the Empire are the home team. They set the order of play.
Well, this is a huge match for the Lasers. They're going to need a cushion early. Luckily for them, they have 3 doubles matches lined up off the top. They need to take advantage early.
Hey, you've got Clijsters and Sock closing it down for the Empire. So try and find some games here. This is Neil Skupski alongside Kim Clijsters in your picture. Neil Skupski, the Brit out of Liverpool. Robert Lindstedt, the big Swede, returning in the deuce court. He's alongside the teenage sensation. That's Katie McNally out of Cincinnati. Here's Neil, 30 years of age, 5th season. So a real experienced man. Skupski, who had such a brilliant season last year, led the Empire as the MVP to the championship match.
There's a lot to like about Neil Skupski. Serve has a lot of action on it. It can pop it to both targets in the box. Really good moving forward. I like his first volley.
So the doors slightly ajar then for Katie McNally at 15:30. Robert Lindstedt, the veteran Swede. He's the veteran on the court at 43 years of age. Still playing very productive tennis. And very dangerous was the power game. There's Katie McNally out of Cincinnati.
I was speaking with another member of the Lasers earlier today before the match. We were chatting about Katie McNally. I was saying, what are you seeing on the practice court? And Jean-Julien Rozier told me they're really excited about her, the way she listens, takes feedback from all of her teammates, as well as her coaches, and doesn't find herself overwhelmed in any moments.
Yeah, better point there from Skupski. And perhaps a little bit of nerves. Would you be nervous playing alongside Kim Clijsters? You might be.
I'd be thinking I better bring my best stuff with the Hall of Famer next to me. Look at this backhand volley. Great technique, keeping that racket head up while he moves through the court.
A little chip and charge tennis from the Lasers. They take the game. So Skupski is broken to open it up, but he has really been one of their best players. Some wonderful moments he's had in these first few matches. The umpire 2-2. But he's got wonderful timing, a great all-around player.
All-around player, really consistent, contributing to the Empire day in, day out. Makes a lot of returns. Like I said earlier, very good moving forward in that transition area of the court.
Last year's MVP, player with 3 career ATP titles. First Lindstedt, the man serving. He's out of Stockholm originally. 23 career titles. He's tall, very athletic. He's really committed to the fitness side of things, and you have to be if you're going to play into your 40s.
Very deliberate in what he does. Every day, everything's geared towards his performance, eating healthy, spending time in the training room, getting the prehab done, doing his mobility, his corrective exercises. Useful volley right there from Katie McNally.
Was that intentional? I think she'll take it, right?
Yeah, maybe after the fact intentional. A lot of times in doubles, you don't need to hit a deep volley. If you drop it short intentionally or otherwise, it'll work for you.
Yeah, what was the saying you had the other day?
Oh, short's the new deep.
Short's the new deep. I like that one. And that's so true, because if you hit it deep, oftentimes a player can get comfortable with the bounce and drive the ball. When it's short, you've got to move forward, and that can be awkward.
Especially with some of these grips now, a little bit can be extreme. It's difficult to get underneath the ball.
Well, one of the few times we've seen Alette pop up. Really suddenly became a tremendous advantage for the Empire.
Yeah, great reaction from Neil Skupski. Quick first step forward. He's used to playing Let's at LSU.
4 years at LSU, like his older brother, Ken, who's playing with the Orlando Storm.
Nice finish from Katie McNally. Great court awareness, recognizing there's a big hole in the middle of the court there.
And McNally's first season, just 18 years of age. So really gaining some valuable experience about how to play under pressure. And Lindstedt straight ahead at Kleisters. So Springfield, a great start with a break. And now 2 games to love. And this is a real chance. Take it right at the player in front of you. Challenge their hands. Challenge the reflexes.
Nicely done from Robert Lindstedt. The person closest to you is the player most vulnerable. If you get a high volley, that volley's above the height of the net, you need to go at the player closest to you.
So Kim Kleisters now. Forehand over the baseline. That looked like an altitude error, where you make the same swing you do all the time in practice, and suddenly it just carries over the baseline.
Wow, Robert Lindstedt left so early there. Great return through the middle from Katie McNally. Balls that go through the middle often come back through the middle, and Robert Lindstedt saw that and went straight at the net strap.
Well, that'll help allow you to breathe a little more easily, getting a point on the board. Remember, no ad scoring. Each of these points right now so valuable. Could be break point or back to even. And it is back to even at 30 all.
30 all.
And that's the value of the first serve. Well placed, activates your partner at the net.
Absolutely. You give some freedom to Neil Skupski to make some moves up there. A lot of times second serves need to hold the line, stay home.
So a chance for the Empire to get on the board. Every game counts to the total score.
Oh, what a shot.
Oh, wow, that was so close. Lindstedt doing a great job playing that off the bounce.
Yeah, you need to have quick reactions here. Good volley from Neil Skupski, so close to the net. But Robert Lindstedt, a hot shot off the snap overhead.
So a deciding point, game point, break point. Yes, the first serve, absolutely vital, and it counts for the Empire. On the board at 1-2, and a reminder of the format. Remember, each of these sets is 5 games, the 9-point tiebreak. Mentioned that the Empire, they're the home team. They make the order of play. A little something for everyone with mixed doubles, doubles and singles. No ad scoring, every game counts. And Mark, you can substitute. If someone's having a bad day, you can try a different player.
Bring a hot hand in off the bench. We also have timeouts. Nice body serve from Katie McNally.
Yeah, we've seen some interesting substitutions. At one match earlier, Danielle Collins, she was taken out. Jessica Pagula was in. Monica Puig had to be taken out because of injury earlier today. She was substituted for.
Yeah, the substitution rule lets the coach give them some freedom. Maybe you can search for matchups. You can maybe bring in a good returner at a big moment in the match or someone with a big serve.
I mentioned that I played Jimmy Connors in Hershey, Pennsylvania. I was down 3-1, out. Larry Stefanki came in. We ended up losing 5-1 anyways. Very tough to take out Jimmy Connors in World Team Tennis. So 30-15.
That's a rare time we're going to see Katie McNally stay back after a serve. She likes to serve and volley. She likes to get in there. She spends a lot of time around the net working on her volley game, her transition shots. It's really a fun one to watch.
Beautiful strike up the line. That's Kleisters at her best.
Gosh, that's the dynamic that Kim Kleisters brings to the doubles court. If you leave a serve short, even if it's a good serve, she's going to fight it off.
That was a pretty good serve.
So much experience in big moments.
Trying to maintain the break advantage. A couple of words there. Jean-Julien Rogier. John DeJager, the captain, the coach for the Lasers.
Oh, that was a big forehand there. Kim Kleisters has been rocking forehands this game.
Now lets Iron play, and it threw Kleisters off. McNally, a wonderful delivery to get the Lasers to 3-1. All right, we're just getting started here at the Greenbrier. The Empire in a bit of trouble early.
Emerson Latzia here, and tennis fans, you're gonna love this. DraftKings is partnered with World Team Tennis, and we've got an exclusive way for everyone to get in on the action, with thousands of dollars in prizes this season. Download the DraftKings app and enter our free-to-play tennis pools with promo code WTT. Then put your knowledge to the test and answer a series of questions about the matches being played that day. So enter now, download the DraftKings app, use promo code WTT, and play free for thousands of dollars in prizes.
Devin, did you know Geico is now offering an extra 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies?
Okay.
That's 15% on top of what Geico could already save you. So what are you waiting for? DJ Khaled to be your motivational coach?
Yo, Devin, remember to brush in a circle motion. Thank you, DJ Khaled. Tiny circles, Devin. Do another one. Another one. Is this good? Put in that work, Devin. Don't give up.
Geico. Save an extra 15% when you switch by October 7th.
Welcome back to World Team Tennis here at the Greenbrier. The Lasers, Katie McNally, leading 3-1 over the New York Empire. And the Lasers at 1 win, 3 losses. They need the win tonight to stay in the hunt. Of course, the Empire trying to get to 3-2 with a win. So early goings in the season. Each team playing 14 matches. Vital moments.
That's a trickier shot than it appears, Leaf. That slow forehand in the middle of the court. A lot of players don't like it. Players like to react, where you basically just have to see ball, hit ball. But when you have time like that and have to think about generating pace, maybe you don't move your feet as much, that can become a really difficult shot.
And McNally doing some good work. Return and second shot.
Yeah, it was a really nice sequence, actually. In doubles, you can almost create space with where you hit your passing shots. If you get that first ball cross court, maybe you can catch that player not moving as much, the player off the ball, by going inside in like McNally did right there. That ball, it gets back. You have a nice middle target and ready for your next one.
Yeah, that's 30-15.
30-15.
Yeah, Kleister is inducted in the Hall of Fame in 2017 alongside Andy Roddick. Ultimate tribute paid to one of our great champions who's playing championship tennis again after 8 years away.
Robert Lindstedt, so active out there, creating all kinds of havoc. He knows that in a down-the-line rally, he can cheat over as far as he can. It's going to be really tough to pass him cross-court. When you're that active, you really create a distraction for the player at the baseline.
Yeah, you don't feel like you have any comfortable space to hit into. These guys are moving around over there. You really have to pick your target and go for it.
Oh, Kim Kleisters, what a volley. What a touch right there from the veteran.
40-30.
Katie McNally with a pretty good shot below the height of the net. And Kim Kleisters, a little electric feel right there in the forehand volley.
Great reflex. And a point for 2-3. And they take it. All right, so the Lasers, another chance on serve to take advantage of this break. Lead at 3-2 again. And a look at some of the numbers from the Lasers and the percentage of games won and lost. And you can see doing very well. Women's doubles, men's doubles. Maybe the singles side of things not working out yet for the Lasers.
A lot of production from the doubles spots, women's doubles, men's doubles, mixed doubles. looking for some contributions for the singles. Sometimes takes a little longer for those events to get going.
And to be fair, I think it's harder to break serve in doubles. The scores tend to be closer, so if you can get above 50%, you're still not too bad for doubles. Players tend to hold their serve a little more easily. Here's John Lafne de Jager. He's out of South Africa. South African Davis Cup player and captain. He's had a wonderful experience. And he led Springfield to 5 finals before getting him over the line the last couple of seasons. Of course, Robert Lindstedt, one of the reasons why they did it last year. He was the MVP in Vegas.
The Lasers were so good down the stretch last year, and a lot of it goes to the doubles, Lindstedt and Roger.
Yeah, not known as a finesse guy, but he did a good job that. Sort of high backhand, carved it.
Showed a lot of feel right there. That short finish, so difficult these days for players to run down. If he would have stuck that deep, it could have been trouble.
And the New York Empire have Kaveta Peshke, former world #1 in doubles. She's 45 years of age. She's also still playing great tennis. So nice to see a combination of veterans and youth in these lineups. And that's where all that friction, that good energy about learning and becoming better as a team and as a player really start to come to fruition. So 4-2, and a look at the Empire. You can see their percentage results significantly higher in women's singles, mixed doubles, and men's doubles than anything that the Lasers can offer.
Take a look at the 2 events that Kim Kleisters plays, women's singles, mixed doubles, up over 60%.
Now you feel like those are similar numbers to what Sophia Kennan is producing for the Freedoms. One reason why the Freedoms are atop the standings now. Luke Jensen, one of the great men in our game, also a Grand Slam doubles champion. Oh, just crushing that return. She's made a big name for herself in doubles alongside Coco Gauff, but you feel like she's got growing talent in singles too because of the way she plays. Kleisters read the play, just couldn't execute the volley.
15-30.
Gosh, Neil Skupski takes up so much room around the net. So difficult to get that first ball by him. Once he gets a hold of that first volley, he's covering up the entire net. Knows that one has to go up. Nice finish with the forehand volley.
Oh, what a strike that was on the full stretch to the forehand. These are set points coming up for the Lasers. What an opportunity.
Robert Lindstedt using the entire wingspan. What a stretch. Nobody home down the line. What a shot.
Yeah, these conditions of altitude, the ball does really move. You were comparing it a little bit to Indian Wells, California, where it's a sort of the thin desert air.
Very similar to Indian Wells. The court has some grit to it and some bounce, but the ball moves through the air quickly. Try to, challenge first couple days to find that racket tension that you want to be at, a string tension.
Set points for the Lasers.
Another set point.
So gender to gender in mixed doubles. So Kim will serve again to McNally. Quick meeting of the minds in the back of the court, and now it's Clijsters.
Smart serve from the veteran Clijsters right at the left hip. Not easy for the two-hander to hit that ball right in the body.
We'll have more World Team Tennis tomorrow at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific, and 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN+. The Chicago Smash take on the Orlando Storm. Then the San Diego Aviators square off against the Orange County Breakers. Get ESPN+, download the ESPN app, or visit espnplus.com. There's Skupski seeing the chance and taking it.
Robert Lindstedt really active, trying to help out his partner. Maybe left a little early. Neil Skupski saw a lot of room up the line for that forehand. Lasers right here. Take your time, play slowly. Can't go down left 30. Need a big serve right here.
This can often happen when you're serving for a set, trying to ride the break advantage. Suddenly your opponents elevate their play, and you have to respond.
Kim Clijsters knows what situation she's in right now. A veteran knowing the scenario. A lot of momentum going her way.
Consecutive break points coming up for the Empire.
Gosh, I really like what I'm seeing from the Empire right here. Playing really solidly, not doing anything spectacular, not trying to force the play. Solid hitting. Kim Clijsters ready to cover so much court, force the unforced error. Oh, that's way too good. That's way too good.
Some brilliant shot making from the Empire to save their chances in the set.
What a backhand off the court from Kim Clijsters. Katie Minot does a great job to defend it, and just too much time for Kim Clijsters right there.
Yeah, I think these conditions really showcase the shot-making ability of these players. We've had dramatic tennis. We've had close scores. Quick Geico timeout.
And what Clijsters did right there, Leaf, is what she does in singles. Opens the court with the backhand cross court, gets the ball coming back to her, then plays that forehand corner again.
Skupski. Well, after losing his opening service game, he is starting to get warmed up beautifully.
I love the energy I'm seeing from the New York Empire. Really solid from the baseline, just looking for their shots. Once he has some time, Neil Skupski with the good cross-court dipper. Robert Lindstedt trying to cover so much court up there.
Ooh, that was a poor error. He tried to do a little bit of the look away forehand. See the Empire, most wins in mixed doubles, 3, and they have not lost any sort of tie break yet. Skupski, I think one of the last ingredients for him is confidence. I just feel like he's showing that he can really play, and maybe the collaboration with Jamie Murray on the ATP Tour has been one of the final pieces of the puzzle for him. I've never seen him hit ground strokes as big as he's hitting now. Really doing a good job.
It's going to be a big boost for your confidence when a player like Jamie Murray says, hey, I want to play doubles with you.
Yeah, and I think the energy of them both being British guys and all the accomplishments in Jamie Murray's career, I think it's going to be a very fruitful collaboration. I think it's already showing signs of how it's helping his game and his belief in himself.
Nice finish from Robert Lindstedt. It's a big point there for the lasers. Stop the bleeding. Yeah, these high volleys, you better close fast.
Yeah, they change ends after 4 points for the final 5 points coming on the opposite sides. Not much between these two. We've traded breaks of serve to get to the tiebreak. The 9-pointer, first to 5. It's always fun to watch. Remember, we don't have ball kids, we don't have lines people, so the teams are really helping coordinate the balls, and so it allows for a lot of these interactions where in the past it was only the coach who could come off the bench.
Every player has got a thought. Everyone wants a little input, you know?
Yeah, I'm nervous. Let me say something.
Yeah.
All right, so the 3-time U.S. Open champion gets a 3rd point on the board for the Empire in the tiebreak.
Kim Kleiser's delivering first serves in the biggest moments of the set. Putting it on the other team. Say, hey, I'm going to put the ball in your court.
Yeah. Why do the great players, the elite players, seem to do the little things well?
They're just really good at executing under pressure. They realize the points have the same value. They go out, regardless of the situation, they're going to execute the basics. A big moment doesn't mean you need to hit a big shot necessarily. You need to hit the regular shots. You need to hit those well.
It's interesting, isn't it? Under pressure, sometimes a good shot might be enough. You know, you don't always have to hit a great shot. McNally gets her first serve in, earns the point. Still set point for the Empire. Double fault from McNally, and that's the set. Well, the Lasers are probably a little disappointed about that. They were up the break at 4-2, lost a couple of games consecutively, and the tiebreak. So the Empire take the opening set, but it's 5-4, so just the 1-game deficit. We'll have women's doubles next when we come back.
Correction. 2 minutes. Now time to introduce the competitors for set number 2, women's doubles. To the right of the chair, from Chattanooga, Tennessee. She played her college tennis at the University of North Carolina. Won her first doubles title in Tashkent with Stefani. And a 2-time finalist last year, Bogota and Seoul. Give it up for Haley Carter.
So the New York Empire kicked it off with the mixed doubles, and you can see how well Kim Kleisters and Neil Skupski move together, protect the court, and ultimately find space to finish.
Yeah, out of the corner of her eyes, she saw where Robert Lindstedt was, knew she had some space down the line. If she held it, love to see that racket head speed through the hitting zone there.
Yeah, have yet to lose a mixed doubles set. And they were down 4-2 tonight, so they're finding ways to win from difficult positions. And they're getting plenty of support, well, the Lasers are anyways. Senator Roy Blunt, he's in the house. Nice of him to be a part of our evening under the lights of World Team Tennis here at the Greenbrier. It's come a long way to support the Lasers.
Coach Jensen, maybe the biggest server in the world that could serve with both arms.
That's right. He is an incredibly talented young man, able to serve equally as well with his right. He'll go up and throw out the lefty slider out wide. Incredible skill. Part of the Midwest Tennis Hall of Fame. And one of the more popular doubles players when he was on tour, and certainly one of the more popular personalities in our game too. Plus he knows his tennis.
I love to be around Luke Jensen talking tennis, brings so much energy.
Of course, his brother was a longtime coach for the Washington Castles when they were in their dynastic period, winning 5 consecutive King trophies. Murphy, he's got bragging rights in the family. he was working in the commentary booth, and he did have a funny comment about the falconry they have here. He says, "I don't like falcons. They took my ham sandwich." Women's doubles, the top of your picture is Sabine Lisicki, Sveta Peschke for the Empire. Lisicki, a former Wimbledon singles finalist, Peschke, a Wimbledon doubles champion. Katie McNally playing alongside Haley Carter.
30.
This is a great opportunity for Katie McNally to get some more reps in after a disappointing mixed doubles. Come out, start fast. Sveta Peschke doing a great job squeezing the middle of the court there. Nice forehand volley into the middle. Katie McNally returned that from out in the gray. A lot of open space down the middle.
Yeah, Peschke has a world of World Team Tennis experience, having won the King Trophy in 2010 with the Kansas City Explorers. wonderful season they had in Kansas City that year.
15-40.
Not the way you want to start off a service game. Skupski broken in the opening game in the mixed doubles. They were fortunate to get it back. You hate to surrender a lead early in a sort of an abbreviated scoring system. Yeah, there it is. McNally doing a nice job getting the return deep, and that allowed Haley Carter to get involved. Haley Carter, 25 years of age, very strong doubles player. And a nice finish right on top of the net.
Yeah, she knew exactly where to be after a strong return from McNally set her up.
And that's the great thing about doubles, isn't it? Oftentimes your great plays are because of the work of your partner alongside you, working in tandem.
Really nice service motion from Katie McNally. Nice slow start in the beginning. Does a great job staying up throughout the motion, keeping that left side up.
Reflex. Siki tried to play with power right at Carter. Carter was ready.
You saw where she finished, Leaf, short.
That's right. The short volley. We're learning just how effective it can be. You know, oftentimes those reflex volleys it's a matter of survival. So 2 straight games gets the Lasers to 6-5. Just a look at the women's doubles highlighted for the Empire. It's been their least effective discipline, winning just 42% of the games. Remember, every game counts, so you got to try and win as many games as you can. See the overall record, and these two, 1 win, 1 loss.
Yeah, we've seen Coach Jensen sub in Kleisters into the doubles before. I think sort of still finding a combination that he likes.
Yeah, this is a real condensed season, so you can't really slot Kleisters into every match. You've got to try and allocate resources, get these players so they're match tough and dependable. Of course, knowing Kim, she'd like to be out there for every one of them because she's so competitive, loves the competition, and loves team tennis.
Pretty impressive what Kaveta Peshke is able to do on the doubles court still, Leaf. Such good hands around the net, so much experience. She has a real understanding of how to use the tools in her toolbox. She knows where to put the serve. She knows it's about placement. Doesn't necessarily have the power anymore, but can make you hit shots from awkward positions on the court.
Yeah, I like her serve because she keeps it low. You know, she plays with a little bit of slice, and that spin will help her get a high percentage, too. Now, Lisicki had a couple chances to finish, but just not getting it done. So that's 30 all.
Yeah, really impressive the way the Springfield team, the way Carter and McNally moved together at the net, both defending the middle, sliding over for the line. Haley Carter had slid with her partner, then moved back to cover the other line. Great awareness from Katie McNally, knowing the frustration on the other side of the net, immediately taking the return up the line.
Yeah, here's a Geico timeout. No doubt Luke Jensen doesn't mind having a little time now with his players who are just not at their best yet. And they need to be right here, otherwise it's a double break disadvantage. Look at their past 5 champions, the Castles in 2015. That was the last of 5 straight. A couple of SoCal teams in 16-17, and the Lasers the last couple of seasons. Lasers need a win tonight. They're 1-3. And there is the double break. So some good news for the Lasers in the women's doubles.
Like the resilience from Katie McNally bouncing back after that mixed doubles. Showing some good energy out here. Haley Carter providing a big boost off the bench for Springfield as well.
And McNally already distinguished herself in doubles. She's already inside the top 40 in the WTA rankings. A couple of titles with Coco Gauff last year. Makoko, they were called.
Oh, Sabine Lisicki got a good look at that one. There's Haley Carter, 5'10" out of Hilton Head. UNC Tar Heel. Saw Coach Calvis here the other day watching.
And it is warm even in the evening here. So even if you're standing courtside, you're working up a pretty good lather.
What a lob. What a big return from Lisicki. Some of the best contact she's made, but Haley Carter fights it off with a good topspin lob up the line. That up the line topspin lob's a tough shot. The court's shorter that direction. She caught Peschke with her nose on top of the net.
Yeah, Carter inside the top 45 in the doubles ranks. Another point. This is 40-15. So they're making some real progress here, trying to get another game, get themselves to 4-love.
Haley Carter picked up her first title earlier this year in Thailand. Helped push her to a new career high.
Yeah, Carter's record this year, she already has 10 wins before the hiatus happened, or time away from the game. Right down the center. And that's 4 straight games in the women's doubles. The Lasers have come out in fuego. Back with more in a moment from the Greenbrier.
As an athlete and professional tennis player, I hope to inspire others to get out, be active, and stay healthy.
So welcome back, everyone. Just a reminder of the league-wide COVID-19 guidelines. All the staff, players, and vendors all testing before we arrived here, and temperature checks will continue. And anyone testing positive will be removed from competition. Of course, the social distancing protocols, the mask usage is all in place around the stadium. You have to wear it in and out of the stadium. Now, you can take your mask off in your seats if you're distanced from other guests. You can sit with your family. All precautions are being taken to have a safe 2020 WTT season. So Sabine Lisicki serving for the Empire. She's hit the fastest serve on record in the WTA, but you've got to hit him in the box. She had a couple double faults that cost her in her service games earlier. The lasers seem to have all the answers right now.
Great court coverage from Haley Carter. She got a good jump on this ball, put it right down the middle. Too much for Sabine Lisicki to track down. Katie McNally all over that forehand. She's got it working on the return of serve.
Just a reminder of what the temperature is like. Low 80s, but you can see the humidity. 62% in the wind. It's very still. Perfect conditions for tennis if you can deal well with the heat. These will be valuable moments for the Empire if they can just get a few games on the board. Keep it close.
Yes, Sabine Lisicki needs to take her time here. Good toss, keep it simple. I like that last play. Big forehand at the net man, net woman.
Oh, that's wide.
30-40.
And that's pretty wild from Peschke, right on top of the net.
Yeah, normally that volley goes right through the middle of the court. That's the reason that angle is difficult there. You have a much less court to hit into.
Set point. That's just what she needed.
It's the foundation of the Lisicki game is that big serve. She draws confidence when she's making first serves like that. Nice release, best toss of the day, right in the hitting slot. Not much for Carter to do on that serve.
Oh, she finds space. Maybe Carter gave it up a little too early, but a good point for Lisicki and the Empire. They're on the board.
Great movement from Sabine Lisicki, digging this ball out. Nobody home on the cross-court backhand.
Well, she moved well, and well, Sabine Lisicki, she's been trying to keep us all in shape during the COVID-19 crisis. She set up her own YouTube channel, invited people to work out with her. Very popular player around the world, and particularly in her home nation of Germany. And it's been impressive how in shape the players are coming back to tennis. Everyone seems so fit. A couple of teams have had some injury issues related to play, getting back to competitive play, but otherwise everyone just looking so fit and strong.
Everyone has the legs and lungs. Sometimes it takes those tennis muscles, the rotator cuffs, the elbows, the abs. Solid stuff back there from Katie McNally. In the mixed doubles, we saw Springfield pressing, giving away the freebies. Right now, they're the team that's being solid from the back. Nothing flashy, but doing the basic stuff really well.
That wasn't an easy ball. Peshka found a way to finish. 30-15.
30-15.
I mentioned Lisicki having hit 131 miles per hour. That's the biggest serve in the WTA. She outserved Venus, who was 2 miles per hour slower, and then Serena was 3 miles per hour slower. So Lisicki, big server. But no answer for the Lasers in the end. 5-1. They take the second event. Check that, 40-15. Got ahead of myself. Already had a couple of set points. Here's set point number 3. That'll do it. All right, so I'm pretty sure that is the set. 5-1 for the Lasers. Katie McNally really producing some wonderful tennis. And look at what it does for the Lasers. 9-6, they lead the Empire. A moment to celebrate, but more work ahead of them. The men's doubles next. So coming up next, the Springfield Lasers and the New York Empire. Men's doubles. Robert Lindstedt and Jean-Julien Roger. We talked about that veteran pair at the top of the show, how they'll need to be sharp against Skupski and Sock. They've been one of the more dependable sides for the two-time champ Lasers. They've got their hands full in Jack Sock, who at one time was the #2 doubles player in the world, and a lot of people tell you that Jack Sock might be the best.
Yeah, he's generally seen by people who know the game as the best doubles player in the world. He's so dynamic, so athletic. He can partner with just about anyone, and he's a contender for a major title.
So confirmation of the two scores in the opening events and what we have to look forward to in the women's singles and the men's singles at the end. Beautiful evening settling in the Allegheny Mountains here at the Greenbrier. And this is the center court at Creekside. Our home throughout this month up to the championship match August 2nd for this 45th season of World Team Tennis. Of course, the first championship team was the Denver Rackets back in 1974. So we follow this rich history of this great league. And we're trying to write another chapter of it this year in a very unprecedented setting. Here's Jack Sock. He's going to serve first out of Kansas City, 27 years of age in his third season. He played a couple seasons for Springfield. So he looks across the net and he sees a familiar foe, I should say friend.
Jean-Julien Roger is going to establish himself very early in the match with his movement. One of the most active netmen on tour. Doesn't necessarily bring it with a pop on the serve, but very active, good hands around the net.
Now here's from Curacao. He came to the United States about 12, 13 years of age, moved into Miami, and that's always been Roger's base. Excellent doubles player, very accomplished, Grand Slam titles.
We were chatting before the match. He was saying it's taken him a few days to get back into the rhythm of competing. They were on a pretty strict lockdown in Curacao, and he said he's just a little behind the rest of the players here, but starting to feel good now. Jack Sock can generate so much angle on that kick serve on the ad side, especially when he stands wider like that. Really opens up that ball going through the sideline. It's helped a little bit by the net cord right there as well.
So Sock loses the opening point, but takes the game. Empire on the board. Tomorrow we'll have two Serie A matches for you. Parma-Sampdoria at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on ESPN2. Then Fiorentina-Torino on ESPN. Both games are also on ESPN Deportes and ESPN app. And for all your soccer needs, check out ESPN FC on ESPN Plus every day.
Lindstedt really likes to hit that slide serve, likes to get that ball sliding away from the right-handed player, gets that toss forward and a little bit to the right so he can carve the outside of the ball.
Yeah, that's a lot of pace coming at you. Tough to catch up to it. What should you do when a heavy serve's coming at you like that? Do you take a cut or do you just try and carve it back? What's the...
A lot of guys now are backing up, trying to create a little space to swing. Sometimes they hit it so big it goes right by you.
Yeah, that was impressive. So 10-7 for the Lasers.
Yep, not much to do about that one.
So Skupski to serve. Lindstedt in the deuce. excellent smash. And you had to be quick just to get back in position to allow yourself to hit that shot.
Yeah, Jean-Julien Roger is so athletic. He's really good at getting back for the overheads. But you have to be if you're going to play that close to the net. Nice angle on the smash.
Yeah, he's good friends with Andy Murray, and these two trained frequently in Miami. Murray has a place in or near Key Biscayne where they trained frequently. Not training so much there these days as Andy.
Those Key Biscayne workouts are legendary.
Yeah.
Fitness, sprints on the sand, hot yoga, end of the day, a run over the bridge.
Yeah, is that the Rickenbacker Causeway?
That's a long run.
Yeah, that is a tough, and it's uphill, right? Till you get to the top. Oh man, that's in the heat of Miami and humidity.
Roger trying to put a little too much butter on that knife right there.
Does Andy Murray eat any butter? I don't think so. I mean, that guy measures every ounce of food he eats, the workouts he has, and that's trickled down to almost everyone on the tour these days who's quite careful about diet and workout, physical training. No, this is where Skupski has just elevated himself as a player.
That's such a good two-shot combo. He drops the volley at the feet of Roger and knows that volley's coming up, already closing forward, so his next volley's above the height of the net. He's thinking 2 shots ahead, like a chess player.
And another game for the Empire. And watching Skupski and Sock, they haven't played together before, but they sure have come together nicely. And one reason is Skupski's level of play. He's distinguished himself in so many ways. Of course, 3 career titles, a couple with his brother Ken, and 30 career ITF and Challenger events titles. He's making his way up the ranks pretty quick. Last year he won Budapest and Vienna. And played together with his brother Ken almost all of last year. They had tremendous success, and then Jamie Murray said, hey, maybe we could play doubles. What do you think? And Neil had to go talk to his brother Ken and say, I think I'm going to go play with Jamie. And Ken was like, you should do it. Ken is left-hander. Jamie's a left-hander. That makes it even better. I'm wondering, did Lindstedt actually hit his knee with the racket? Because that happens occasionally. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, sometimes you snap down so aggressively on the overhead. Looks like he didn't quite get it.
Maybe just landed a little awkwardly. But he's okay.
Wow, what a crack, a return. It's the danger of the body serve. If you miss your spot, it's right in the slot. Little opening here for the Empire. Men's doubles, 30 all is a big point. especially in this format.
And sometimes when your opponent's double fault, you get a little bit of momentum going, right? You feel like, okay, this is our moment. We can do this. Roger pressing a little too tight on that service line, trying for extra depth. Somebody better get that phone. Another second serve for Roger.
Wow, what a volley up the line. I didn't think Jack Sock did too much of a lean too, but Jean-Julien Roger finding the space up the line. Jack Sock had his line covered.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to say too good. On the stretch, full control. Point to get to 2 games all.
Oh, the beauty of World Team Tennis. Any man can get the net cord. Heads up play from Neil Skupski. Wow, that was huge. That would have been an ace. Jack Sock was so far towards the middle of the court, he had no chance of getting that one. Neil Skupski, what a move.
Yeah, deciding points so far. New York 4, Springfield 1. So the Lasers have their game plan ready. And they executed well. First serve and the first volley.
Sorry, such a good combination. Body serve, squeeze the middle, knock off the volley.
Exactly. They make it look easy when things are done right, and they do it well. 2 games all in the men's doubles, right in the heart of this evening at the Greenbrier.
Emerson Latzia here, and tennis fans, you're gonna love this. DraftKings is partnered with World Team Tennis, and we've got an exclusive way for everyone to get in on the action, with thousands of dollars in prizes this season. Download the DraftKings app and enter our free-to-play tennis pools with promo code WTT. Then put your knowledge to the test and answer a series of questions about the matches being played that day. So enter now, download the DraftKings app, use promo code WTT, and play free for thousands of dollars in prizes.
Monday morning from Disney World, the MLS World Cup style tournament continues at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the ESPN app. Inter Miami squares off against NYCFC in group stage play. Jack Sock delivering an ace to start off game 5. 14 career doubles titles for Sock, including Wimbledon 2014. That was the first big breakthrough. Played with the Canadian Vasek Pospisil. It's amazing about that win. They had never played together before. Sign up and win Wimbledon.
They had so much fun playing together in that event. Wimbledon doubles best of 5 sets. Not an easy tournament to win.
Of course, Pospisil, an excellent doubles player in his own right. Don't forget Sock last year. Bob Bryan injured with the hip issue. Played alongside Mike Bryan, won the U.S. Open, Wimbledon, and the ATP Finals. Pretty impressive run of big events. Doesn't seem fair that he didn't get the #1 ranking. Had so many good results, he got to 2.
Wow, what a second serve.
That was a rocket. Sox enjoying that one, isn't he?
This is his second serve. He went huge out wide. Jean-Julien Roger ready to take the kick serve early. Instead, it was a fastball right by him. There's a little third base coaching from the fan there. Told Jack, hit an ace. Jean-Julien Roger gets so close to the net. He's the kind of guy you want up there, active, takes the returner's eye off the ball.
Yeah, Roger is one of the more decorated players in World Team Tennis. Played for Springfield in 2013. He was the MVP that year. Also the Rookie of the Year in 2011. So he's always made big contributions each time he's played.
It's a net cord, threw off the timing of Jack Sock.
And Lindstedt is serving well. He had a love service game in his first game this set.
Really pumped that one 124 down the tee.
Did not lose his serve in the mixed doubles either. Yeah, nice, easy game, and that helps you having to deal with all the pressures to have an easy moment.
It's a nice relief. Put the pressure back on the other side.
Exactly.
See if they'll miss some first serves. Maybe your team gets a look at some second serves. Get a chance to get ahead in the game if you possibly can.
And Lindstedt spits his time between Stockholm and Miami. He's got a place in South Florida. Skupski taking that serve into the forehand of Roger. Maybe not as much of a threat as the two-hander as the man from Curacao.
Neil Skupski doing a great job getting a high percentage of first serves in. See, he paints the line here. Half in, half out.
See that confirmation from Hawk. I can't hit it any better than that if you're aiming for the corner. Ooh. You see the difference, Roger, with that two-hander.
Yeah, that's the backhand return you talked about. Very comfortable taking that backhand early, likes to poke it, get in quickly behind it. Watch where he takes this one inside the court, short backswing, and he's in fast. Neil Skupski almost brought this lob down. Geez, what a doubles point. Jack Sock with a handy bounce overhead, and Neil Skupski closes forward. When your partner plays big, you better move forward, ready to clean up the trash. Nice move from Neil Skupski, creating the angle with the forehand volley from on top of the net.
All right, so here's the moment. The Lasers now trying to serve to force a 9-point tiebreak. Sure, the Empire, in their minds, they'd like to get the break, cut into this 2-game deficit. 12-10.
So much pace. That's what makes Jack Sock so dangerous in doubles court. If he has time on that forehand, even just a little bit of time, he's cracking a big ball right at you. So much rotation. That ball's spinning and dipping so quickly.
Yeah, the racket head speed that he generates. Watch this. I mean, you cannot see it.
Robert Lindsted's a good volleyer.
It was a small particle coming at him by the time he volleyed it. So getting the signals right on this second serve. Picks him off. And the Empire, we said they might be looking for a break right here, and that's just what they've got, chances to make it happen. And these break points are also set points.
Massive forehand from Jack Sock. Pretty good dig by Jean-Julien Roger and Neil Skupski. Too much court to work with.
Yeah, Geico timeout. There's Neil Skupski alongside Luke Jensen on the other end. Captain DeJager having a chat. Now here's a great picture. This is from Wimbledon 2001. Ken and Neil Skupski. You can see the 7 years difference. Ken was a little younger, but how about Neil?
That's a great photo.
It really is a wonderful photo, and it says so much about what a wonderful relationship they have. Both of them went to LSU, played their college tennis there. The brothers from Liverpool, doing some great things in the game. Set point saved. Still a bit of work ahead of Jean-Julien Roger. Coach DeJager is such a steadying influence. You know, he's quietly confident, very smart, very articulate about the things he'd like to see from his team, and he sets the tempo and the tone for everyone. Very accomplished doubles player himself, and also a former Davis Cup captain for South Africa. Skupski nearly picked that off. We've got a deciding point.
Jean-Julien Roger, so impressive. The backhand half volley off a dipping Jack Sock forehand and getting back for the overhead like we talked about earlier.
Were you a little surprised that Skupski didn't get across on that good low return? You know, he could have been pinching that center.
Yeah, a lot of times maybe some players play a little more conservatively on the big point, held his ground. But Jack Sock did what he needed to do, put the ball down at Roger's feet. Just too good from Roger with the backhand half volley.
Yeah, that was an excellent volley. Not to take anything away from that. Doubles happen so fast these days, doesn't it? The ball's flying around. You got to move and see the play. Deciding point. You've either got a set or a 9-point tiebreak. And there it is. Clever lob from Skupski over the backhand side, and they get the point, get the break, and they get the set. So, the Empire making some moves in the men's doubles, but the Lasers still have a 1-game lead. Women's singles, Kim Clijsters next. So tennis in the evening under the lights, and it's Lasers hanging on to a 12-11 lead despite the Empire winning 2 of the 3 sets. Obviously the women's doubles 5-1, helping keep things close and slightly ahead for Springfield. You can see in the evening here the conditions a little different during the day when it comes to the number of flying insects we have. This was last night. Ryan Harrison played for the San Diego Aviators, the last point of the night. And one of these little intruders got right in his face on the last point of the match. Now, this was the other night with Nick Gismondi. So Nick Gismondi, suddenly an invader attacked Nick. So in the evening here, we do get a few of Mother Nature's sort of creatures coming and visiting with us. Nick, that was a wonderful moment. That had to be special for you.
Oh, yeah. There's been some moments in my 25-year broadcasting career that stand out, and I think that just rocketed right to the top. That thing had landing gear, Leaf. It landed, like, literally right on my eyeball. Not the best time, but you know what? Listen, there are bugs everywhere, and I've always said I hate getting bugged when I'm on air, and that guy came in hot. But one of those things that I'll remember forever. Certainly a good time here at the Greenbrier. Another thing that I'll remember forever: my interactions with Luke Jensen. This is a guy whose personality is just insanely infectious. You can't help but get enough of him. When you're around him, you can't help but smile. And when he finally returned to the bench for the New York Empire, you saw their level of performance raised, not only in just their motivation, but in their coaching as well. Well, back in March, before everything got a little crazy in the world, we mic'd Luke Jensen up at our 2020 All-Star match at La Costa. He was the chair umpire, and as you can imagine, he was extremely vocal. Have a look.
In the front row, The GOAT of all GOATs, Rod Laver, has selected Team Sharapova to serve first in the opening event. Okay, Coco.
Hey, don't we start?
They are serving first.
We start.
Who's running the show?
Hey, Luke,
I'm the
don't we
chair
start?
umpire.
Hey, don't we start? Hey,
You're
am I
starting.
already going to argue with you?
Yes.
What's going on? Get the balls to the right place. Jeez.
Warning, James Blake. Is this your first time coaching? Well, yeah. Yes!
Come on. Get out of here.
You got a great ball. Did you shave today? That's very
You got the
good.
same barber?
Great haircut.
I like the fake out of them.
Coco, Red Fu is not a professional tennis player.
I don't know.
Taylor Townsend is. That's not nice. That's not nice at all. And you're not even sorry. You're supposed to say sorry. Like, you're sorry.
Oh, let's go.
Marty Fish is in the house. Holy cow. You. Team Advil. Motrin, ice bath. Tylenol. Geritol. Look how slow this goes now. Everything's slowing down. Slow. Jeez. Oh!
Luke Jensen, this is a guy who's probably struggling the most with social distancing. If you want to meet the biggest bear hugger in the world, and it's the best hug you're ever going to get, that's going to come from Luke Jensen. But now he can't even go near you with the 6 feet of social distancing. But certainly Luke, a character, a fantastic coach, a legend, and a good friend to anybody in tennis, especially here at World Team Tennis. All right, women's singles is coming up next from the center court, Creekside. Olga Gavortseva of the Springfield Lasers taking on Kim Clijsters, who has been fantastic for the Empire. It's 12-11 Lasers, back after this.
Women's singles for Springfield, the winner of WTA
Back at the Greenbrier, Springfield Lasers 12-11 over the Empire. Really excellent night of tennis so far. We've got women's singles now. Olga Gavortseva serving to Kim Kleisters. Gavortseva serving for the Lasers. Strong player out of Belarus originally. 31 years of age, her 4th season. World Team Tennis. She's up against Kim Kleisters, a player who's delivered and more for the Empire. Just such a great influence and inspirational for a lot of the players on the team and for everyone in the league. Great to have her aboard. See, there's talent on both sides of the net. Gavortseva can play some ball. She's got a lot of experience.
Really good hitting there from Olga Gavortseva. Looks like she's going to challenge Kleisters tonight, keep her moving. That's the shot that I wanted to see, the Kleisters running forehand, to see if she can defend out of the forehand corner. Great depth from Gavortseva defending a pretty good Kleisters return. Kim Kleisters got a really good crack at that backhand cross court, but Gavortseva dangerous when she sets her left leg and plays that open stance backhand. Time with the Kleisters forehand. Can't leave the hanging curveball. Kleisters just shoulder still, full acceleration down the line. Nice shoulder turn, compact swing. She did a great job staying on that shot, finishing before she recovered to the middle.
Outduels Kleister in that rally. Boy, this would be a real big game for Gavortseva if she can get the hold. Oh, she gets caught. And Kleisters, the pass cross court.
A little bit of indecision from Gavortseva. That's not the side you want to approach to with Kim Kleisters. It's a great serve down the tee. You gotta use your backhand down the line, use your best shot.
Here's a look at the singles play preview. Gavortseva and Kleisters, remember, finishing off with Mitch Kruger and Jack Sock. Kruger 1-3, Jack 2-2. That Nakashima loss was a remarkable win for Chicago. Kleisters undefeated.
Mitchell Kruger 1-3, Springfield Lasers 1-3. That one win was their one win as a team.
Exactly. If Kruger can deliver, maybe they can get him over the line again.
That's the shot that Gavortseva is going to try to hit, or at least she needs to try to hit. Forehand off the court, make Kim Kleisters defend out of the forehand corner. Like the way she steps into the baseline, cracks the forehand cross court. Kim Kleister's turns on that forehand. So much pop. But it's the pace coming out of the backhand corner that gets the ball coming right back through the middle. And from there, she can go inside out or inside in. Plenty of time. She can go wherever she wants right there.
Yeah, she spent her quarantine in New Jersey and in Belgium. She has the Kim Kleister's Academy, where she's able to train.
15-30.
She has had a couple moments where the serve has lost its rhythm a bit. She's double faulted a couple times in the doubles the other day.
Oh, that's a hammer out of the forehand.
I thought Gavortz had hit a pretty good shot. It hung in the air just a little bit, so Kleister's had time. Watch her get in position.
Great job establishing positioning with her outside leg. Once you set that right leg and create some leverage, it's hammer time. If you can get balanced or loaded, you can play the ball wherever you want on the court. Sort of the Del Potro mentality. If you can establish positioning, you can unload and pick any target you want on court. You're not necessarily playing cross courts only from there.
Tennis is so much about time and then space. You know, do I have time to hit that ball over here, or should I go here? You measure your risk. Kleister's tough game, and she wins another one. So she's got the first two games, and happy to take a sip of a drink there. Remarkable how Belgium was the top of women's tennis. I mean, she and Justine Henin for 8 years, one or both of them was inside the top 10. Great time in women's tennis, very competitive at the very top. I think Kleister's in the end was feeling fortunate she got away with it.
It was one of those hold the fake drop shot, try to push it deep.
See how the Lasers have struggled. Women's singles. Yeah, those numbers combining both men's singles and women's singles. We mentioned that Jack Sock played a couple seasons for Springfield. Gavortz also had a year playing in Springfield in 2014. Helped lead them to the finals that year. So she has done some big things in World Team Tennis. Played for a King Trophy. There's Jack Sock.
So much pace coming from the Kleister side. For Olga Gavortseva, tough task to try to take that ball early. It's coming with so much power. All you're doing is taking away your own time. Yeah. Back off the baseline, create a little space, let that ball rise, and you can defend to the big part of the court. But trying to take it early and go down the line, not easy to do.
Does Coach DeJager consider a substitution? Maybe Katie McNally? We're getting look at this. There's other of these little interlopers that are intruding. They like the light, so they don't have a ticket either. They just come out here and think they can own the whole place.
That thing looked like a pigeon.
That was a large insect. Good attacking tennis.
Like the combination but the key was depth. Timely first serve over Dvorsova.
You can see by the team score how valuable these games are, these moments. Ooh, she went after it. It was her best shot. Missed it over the baseline. So Clijsters in the Empire. That's 3-love. Well, this might be her best shot, but she just wasn't able to pull it off.
Yeah, pretty good look at a backhand down the line. I like that decision. That's a shot that she needs to hit. She can't be passive against Kim Clijsters. Needs to try to make her defend. As a coach, you want to see your player make the choices in line with how you think they should play.
Good return pressure there. Kim Clijsters, her third season in World Team Tennis. Played for the St. Louis Aces back in '09. And the New York Sport Times in '10. So it's been a number of years since she was active in World Team Tennis. So nice to have her back playing the WTA, but also back in the family of World Team Tennis.
Love the awareness. When you're hitting the ball as big as Kim Clijsters, you're pushing your opponent back. And she recognized the situation. Doesn't have to be a great drop shot. Bring your opponent forward, winning combination. Well done.
That is money.
40-15.
So solid with the two-hander. Changing the line beautifully and changing.
She can put the ball on a dime when she doesn't have to move right there.
Exactly, changing the whole nature of this match. Going for 4 straight games in the women's singles. Yeah, she's got 4 Grand Slam titles, and she's got the first 4 games in the women's singles. Kim Clijsters in the Empire to 15-12.
Emerson Latzia here, and tennis fans, you're gonna love this. DraftKings is partnered with World Team Tennis, and we've got an exclusive way for everyone to get in on the action, with thousands of dollars in prizes this season. Download the DraftKings app and enter our free-to-play tennis pools with promo code WTT. Then put your knowledge to the test and answer a series of questions about the matches being played that day. So enter now, download the DraftKings app, use promo code WTT, and play free for thousands of dollars in prizes.
Oh, we love our new home. Neighborhood's great.
Amazing school district. The HOA has been very involved.
These shrubs aren't board approved. You need to break down your cardboard.
Thank you.
Violation. Violation.
I see you've met Cynthia.
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
And does help us save a bunch of money.
2 inches over regulation.
Thanks, Cynthia.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
We'll have more World Team Tennis Tuesday, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on ESPN2 and the ESPN app. The Orlando Storm taking on the Washington Castles. The Storm trying to stay in the top 4, and the Castles looking to stay in the playoff chase. The Storm and the Castles. Olga Gavortseva and the Lasers trying to salvage some games here in the women's singles. She's up against Kim Clijsters. Yes, nicely done. And Gavortseva's played Fed Cup for Belarus alongside longtime friend and countrywoman Victoria Azarenka. In fact, they won the Wimbledon junior doubles together back in 2004. Remember Azarenka playing world team tennis as a teenager. A lot of players make moves early to get this kind of experience. Katie McNally playing for the Lasers. Maria Sharapova played world team tennis as a teenager.
Madison Keys as well.
Such a valuable experience for young players to be around veterans, players of achievement and accomplishment. Learn from them, maybe win a King Trophy.
It's just so valuable to get so many competitive opportunities in such a short and condensed period of time, and to play so many consequential points in games.
You know, Kim Clijsters, for instance, she's been out scouting some of her younger opponents. You know, she wants to see what kind of points they play, how they hit the ball, what are their tendencies. You can't help but learn when you see the things Kim Clijster's doing. She takes this very seriously. She's not out here for fun. She wants to win.
So funny you mentioned that. I was chatting with Jack Sock before the match, and I said, hey, what's it like with Kim Clijsters on your team? He said, well, first, it's awesome. And he said, she's been out here watching all the matches. She wants to see all the players.
Yeah, here's just a reminder of who she's beaten and how she's getting it done. Pretty comfortably through against Bernarda Pera, Sonia Kennan, the Australian Open champion, Danielle Collins, an American who's been playing wonderful tennis, and Sloane Stephens.
They're high-caliber players.
Yeah, good signs for Clijsters moving forward, and for the New York Empire. Well, that game that Gavortseva won on her serve there, that broke a run of 6 straight games for the Empire. So the Lasers now down only 2 games.
Back to basics for Kim Clijsters. A little depth early in the point. She's so effective hitting her targets. When she has time on that short ball especially, she places it right next to the line. Nice job taking those steps to create space in the middle of the court, get around the ball.
Here we go.
See the 3 double faults.
Gosh, the court awareness. Without even having to look, Kleisters does a great job getting into the corner, creates some angle, and up so quickly to the short ball. Nice backhand off the court. Does a great job getting into the court and hitting the hop forehand. Off the left foot, land on the left foot. Tremendous angle here, and first step into the court. Left foot to left foot. What an inside in.
Kleisters converts the set point, and that's 5-1. What a great performance from Kleisters again. So 16-13, and the Empire getting it done. Kim Kleisters allowing a 3-game cushion for this. Jack Sock taking on Mitch Kruger. So welcome back, everyone. The Lasers and the Empire. Kim Kleisters was a part of the mixed doubles victory, and she was also the winner in women's singles. Olga Gavortseva and her were doing a lot of strong moving. You can see the footage, the square area that these two are covering. You can see how they accumulate the feet in just this one single exchange.
Olga Gavortseva doing a great job trying to move Kim Kleisters, trying to make her defend a little bit. But Kim Kleisters establishing her positioning, doing a great job creating space to hit her big forehand from all over the court.
Yeah, and Kim Kleisters just a little bit more running, so she is our chosen foods mover of the match. And really some wonderful exchanges in that match. However, Kleisters getting the best of them. Look at how she's been playing. She has not lost a set, and the percentage of games won is 25-12, which is difficult to do in a very competitive environment where things are very pressurized and sort of condensed.
That really helps the team here in World Team Tennis. Winning a lot of games, not losing too many of them.
That's the secret to success in World Team Tennis. Can they sustain this? The Empire just 2 wins, 2 losses, but if they can get a win tonight, help push them inside the top 4. So it comes down to the final event now. In our first look at Mitchell Kruger, who will take on Jack Sock. Mitchell Kruger playing for the Lasers. Second year in World Team Tennis out of Dallas, Texas. 26 years of age.
Nice second serve from Jack Sock. Could be an interesting matchup here. Mitchell Kruger's going to try to establish his backhand cross court and set up his backhand down the line.
Well, Sock would enjoy getting his ranking back where it was in 2017. Cracked the top 10, reached number 8. Some brilliant results. He's shown some real signs here in World Team Tennis that he's going in the right direction. So that's 40-15. And Kruger's going to have to make something happen. He's going to have to convert those drives.
Yeah, Mitchell Kruger's known for having a really good backhand down the line. That shot could be really beneficial tonight with Jack Sock trying to hit forehands out of the backhand corner.
Another game for the Empire. And you can see how quickly these balls are moving in this thin air, 1,800 feet of altitude. And a medium to fast hard court, would you say?
Medium, fair speed. I think the players feel that they get reward for attacking, but also there's some payoff when you spin the ball and let the ball get up.
Now here's a look at the UTR comparing these two. Fairly close. Sock has not been playing as much tennis of late. Slight edge for Sock. Yeah, the UTR is calculated based on their performance in the most recent 30 matches over the past 12 months. Of course, it takes into consideration the number of games won, the strength of your opponents, winning and losing.
Mitchell Kruger's worked really hard to improve that forehand side and to take advantage of that improved forehand and get into the net.
Yeah, we mentioned that, the 30 most recent matches, and I'm talking about the margin of victory, but you know, if you beat a higher ranked player, it's consideration if you're not losing to lower ranked players. Great to see around the recreational teams and players, junior tennis, college tennis, and into the pros.
Yeah, the UTR is actually, it's a really useful indicator for getting a sense of how players playing right now, because the matches are weighted heavily towards most recent results.
And Sock has not played that many matches over the last while. Remember, he had surgery on his thumb in February last year. Out for 6 months. Catches him going the wrong way, and Sock has break points.
Yeah, before the break, he was paying his dues heavily on the challenger circuit, working his way back. So a nice transition point. Jack Sock showed a lot of athleticism getting up for the overhead.
And Sock with the clean winner up the line, and he's got 2 love. So the Empire flexing their singles muscles. First it was Clijsters, now it's Sock. And here's what's on the line tonight. You can see the Freedoms now at 4-1. The Empire just below the top 4 team cut line to make the playoffs, 2-2. A win would put them ahead of the Rollers and the Storm at 3-2. And you can see the Lasers, well, they'd like to get out of the basement, or at least share that spot with 3 other teams, as opposed to going 1-4. Tough task for them now. The Sox got the wind in his sails.
So much kicking action on that second serve from Jack Sock. It's actually a great experience for Mitchell Kruger to get so much good match play in here. The singles lineups are so strong for the teams this season, World Team Tennis.
We see these rallies evolving, and you can understand what Kruger's up against. I mean, Sock doesn't give you a ball that's easy. It's always spinning and bouncing out of your strike zone.
Yeah, this high bouncing court, so good for a player like Jack Sock. His ball's just exploding off the surface. Combine that with, you know, a racket strung in the mid to high 30s. So much rotation is generating.
And because of the injuries and because of the slump he really had post-2017, you know, he did well in doubles, but his singles game was really not where it should be. But you think he's looking like he's back, don't you think? His confidence is there. His competitiveness.
Yeah, I started to think that earlier this year. I saw him in Delray Beach, had a good win over Radu Albot in the first round, then making the finals of the Indian Wells Challenger. Just taking a look at him there, the action he was getting on his forehand, the movement, hitting the slice out of the corner, the big serving. I really thought he was turning a corner.
Now the World Team Tennis official store is online. You can log on to WTT.com, check out all the merchandise World Team Tennis has to offer. Some good stuff there. WTT.com. Yeah, it's a murderer's row for the Empire when you've got Clijsters in fourth spot. Sock coming out as the closer. Yeah, nice to see Sock competing so hard here. He had a very tough loss to Brandon Nakashima, and he was not happy about that. Destroyed one of his rackets, but he's back here competing hard. And, sometimes losing, you learn from that. You don't want to have that same feeling.
Yeah, he's trying to send a message tonight, playing so much aggression, proactiveness, getting into the net. This is the version of Jack Sock that I'd like to see, the heavy forehand and moving up inside the court quickly. So athletic, so good at defending. But when he's putting pressure on his opponents and using that athleticism to take away time, so dangerous.
He wanted that one.
30-15.
See Hawkeye showing that it was a little wide. That's good tennis from Kruger.
What a half volley. Nice serve wide, good half volley down the line. And a pretty difficult shot, like super easy, jeez.
All right, the Lasers on the boards. Something positive happening. They haven't won many games of late, with Kleisters winning the last set 5-1, and here's Sock up 3-1. Is there a way back for Springfield, the two-time defending champ? Otherwise, the Empire are going to close this one out and get the W. An evening of World Team Tennis under the lights here at the Greenbrier. Beautiful West Virginia. Mitchell Kruger trying to find a way back from a 1-3 deficit against the American Jack Sock, playing for the New York Empire. Yeah, Sock serving a 3-1.
Take the shank overhead. A couple of massive forehands from Jack Sock. Pressure on Mitchell Kruger getting into the net. Watch the overhead. Off the frame. Ball takes a weird bounce.
Four career titles for Sock in singles. Brilliant season 2017. He won in Delray Beach, Auckland, Paris Masters Series. I mean, winning a Masters 1000 event these days is very difficult. To get your way through the big three at the top of the game. And
really was playing some impressive tennis down the stretch indoors in Europe at the end of the season.
you can understand Kruger not feeling good about how things are going. That is big.
So much firepower from Jack Sock. I talk a lot about being balanced and loaded in the tennis court. Mitchell Kruger's hit very few balls balanced. Jack Sock is keeping him off balance. And he's the one who's getting set up and unloading on forehands like that from all over the court. That first step is so quickly to his left to set up for that inside in.
Points for 4-1. All right, so 2014 and the Empire now just a game away. Such a valuable win for the Empire to get to 3-2. They would leapfrog past Vegas and Orlando in the standings. Of course, Chicago and Philadelphia at the very top. Remember, Chicago at 3-1, although they got a tough match tomorrow against Orlando. It's going to go a long way to decide that top 3-4 positions.
Out. 15 left.
Sock trying to double down on the backhand. He went big first ball, and then he went even bigger on the second.
It's a much improved part of the Kruger game as well. That first serve, it's really developed it into a weapon over the last year and a half. It's got a nice smooth motion, good shoulder turn.
Yeah, that was sort of the sneak attack by Sock. Took a page out of Roger Federer's book with attacking the first serve. Not that close, but it was out.
That's what we call a heat check.
Yeah, that one was launched. So here's a chance for Sock then to close out the set, the match. Lock up the win for the Empire.
Check out the hang time.
And that's a good start. 120 miles per hour right down the center line.
Yeah, he's one of the best in the business when it comes to serving in crunch time, closing out a match. That kick serve took Kruger so far off the court and behind the baseline. If he makes that over, still Sock has a forehand to the open court.
Sock doing a great job. All right, he's got match points.
And match point for New York.
And Sock just being a little too cute now. Wasted a couple of match points. Still got a couple more to work with. Oh, the backhand over the baseline. So here is a deciding point. Credit Kruger with just getting balls into play and making Sock finish it off.
We spoke earlier in the match about in the big moments, playing good shots. Don't have to play great shots, play good shots under pressure.
And he's got it with a forehand. The Empire, thanks to Jack Sock, closed down the Lasers.
Great tennis from Jack Sock. Good first serve wide, forehand in the middle of the court. Nice positioning. You can go wherever you want. That's an easy winner for Jack Sock.
And Sock's performance today in the men's doubles and in the singles, he's our guarantee rate player of the match, which also means he's going to have a word with our man down courtside, Nick Gismondi. So looking forward to hear what Jack Sock has to say. Certainly excited about the Empire. Teaming up alongside Kim Clijsters, Jack Sock closes out the Lasers.
World Team Tennis. Early morning. Ivan Morales and our entire crew. Wishing you a pleasant good evening.
Else that Leaf
World Team Tennis is brought to you by Geico. Did you know that right now, Geico is offering an extra 15% credit on car, motorcycle, and RV policies? That's on top of what Geico can already save you. So what are you waiting for? Visit geico.com to learn more. By the Greenbrier Valley in West Virginia, home to scenic trails and quiet rivers, friendly mountain towns, and America's resort, the Greenbrier. And by Chosen Foods. Join them in their sun-drenched utopia and visit chosenfoods.com. The avocado celebrated.
All right, well, that's a beautiful day shot of the Greenbrier and that golf course that tore me up earlier in the week. But the New York Empire, they get the best of the Lasers, a 21-15 victory and a beautiful night to finish off some tennis on a 4-day match. We got the post show for you. Hi, everybody. Nick Gismondi. Glad to have you with us here on ESPN Plus. We'll have highlights and our Chosen Foods player of the match coming up in just a few moments. But right now, we've got Jack Sock with us. And Jack, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me up here.
All right, let's talk a little bit about your influence on this match overall. Obviously, a very big part of it, but got a little close there at the end, up 40 love. Were you worried at all? What did you have to do mentally to kind of come back into that?
I mean, just stick to my patterns, really. I think when I started, well, we playing almost a week now. When I started out, probably was a little tighter than I am now. So even up 40 love there, I've been talking to my coach, Alex Bogomolov, this week, and after matches and stuff. And I'm just trying to loosen up a little bit, kind of play my style of tennis, which is relaxed, having fun, but playing big at the same time. So even with some of the errors, I think there at 40 love, it was more just for me to kind of let loose still, and then that was kind of able to hit that forehand even there on the match point better than I did to start the week for sure.
You bring up a good point, and I think that this is something that everybody is dealing with. You had so many months off. The bugs just won't leave me alone in this city. You had so much time off, and then you had to ramp back up, and now you're 7 days into World Team Tennis. Do you feel like that competitive level is getting back? You couldn't play those matches over the pandemic.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was maybe one of the last matches to play at the Indian Wells Challenger, and so yeah, I mean, that was in March. It feels like years ago, honestly, that we played last. So I think everyone, I mean, if you came out swinging here and you're playing well, then good on you. For me, definitely took that first day, was a little rusty, and I think I've played better every match for sure. Kind of had a heartbreaking loss yesterday for the team, being the last guy out there and having match points. So super happy with today with the way I rebounded and was able to have a more comfortable set, I guess.
You mentioned that as well. You're raising your level. From watching you from where we were on day one to where you're here, your level keeps coming up. The intensity, the emotion. You're playing like you have something to prove a little bit.
I mean, I just love competing. I love being on a team. I think some of my best tennis has come out like Laver Cup, some Davis Cup matches. Obviously, throughout the year, in a normal year, we play. It's all individual. So anytime we have the chance to get on a team, I feel like personality can come out, the charisma can kind of come out, and I think that kind of ups everyone's, level of play, and especially when you're following up Kim Kleister's the way she's playing right now, I think I have to definitely do my part as well and try to back up her amazing play this week.
Well, way to help me do my job, because that was my next question. Kim Kleisters has been absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. I mean, a Hall of Famer, a legend in her own right. What has her influence been like on this team, you personally even?
It's been amazing. I mean, obviously, I don't think any of us, even Neil, I mean, I didn't know him that well, and I, see him every week at the ATP events, and I didn't know, I don't think any of us really knew each other that well coming into this. I think this first few days is not awkward, but you definitely get to know people's personalities and kind of how to mesh and gel with the rest of the team. I think now we're having an amazing time. I wouldn't trade or change our team for the world. I think we're all getting along super well. I think we know when to pump each other up well. Kim obviously brings the most knowledge out of anybody, along with our coach, and her wisdom, her knowledge out there is amazing. And especially, I know for me, and I probably can speak for the rest of the team, even like yesterday, even with the loss, but having the these guys, having her back there at the back of the court with you, pumping you up is definitely extra special. I mean, she's a legend of the game, but we don't want to say that yet because she's still playing and still balling out.
Jack, listen, thank you so much. Yeah. It's a pleasure watching you. It's a pleasure talking to you. Congratulations on being our guaranteed rate player of the match.
Neil Skupski has the best hair in the world.
That's a true story. I can attest to that as well. Jack Sock giving his teammate a little bit of props. Skupski does have some serious flow. 21-15, New York Empire beat the Lasers. We'll be back with highlights and a wrap after this. Don't go away.
Okay. These two men, Jack Sock, Mitchell Kruger, were doing a lot of running, but it was Sock who was making Kruger do a little bit more of it. Although Sock does move well to set up his forehand. So look now at our chosen foods movers of the match. We look at all the singles players, and you can see that Kruger did a lot of running, almost 400 feet more than Sock.
Goes to show Jack Sock had the forehand working corner to corner, making Mitchell Kruger do the hard yards.
Kleisters work hard to close out Gvortseva. All right, chance now to look at the highlights. The mixed doubles kick things off. Robert Lindstedt, Katie McNally taking on Kim Kleisters and Neil Skupski in the opening match. And Springfield had the early break of serve.
Really quick start from the Lasers. Up an early break.
But the Empire would get the break back and force a 9-point tiebreak. Some wonderful shot making from the Empire. Neil Skupski and Kim Kleisters, what a shot making duo they are. They take it 5-4. Women's doubles neck. Haley Carter and Katie McNally, Kveta Peshke and Sabine Lisicki. Lasers dominant in this one.
Katie McNally, tremendous job bouncing back after the mixed doubles, and Haley Carter, big boost off the bench for the Lasers.
Yeah, the Tar Heel producing one of her best sets of tennis. It was McNally out of Cincinnati who finished it off with the winner. 5-1 for the Lasers. Men's doubles neck. Skupski alongside Jack Sock, Robert Lindstedt, and Jean-Julien Roger. The veteran Lasers trying to make an impression, but Skupski and Sock were so tough.
Neil Skupski closing so hard. He has so many opportunities to finish volleys when Jack Sock's hitting big serves and big forehands behind him.
Yeah, nice little angled touch there to finish. Roger and Lindstedt trying to hang on to their serve. They couldn't do it. Tried to force a tiebreak, but no, the Empire gets the break, takes it 5-3. So they were up 16-12 into the women's singles, and Kim Kleisters, watch out, taking on Olga Gvortseva. Kleisters playing great tennis, and she was dominant.
Once she got her racket on the ball, it was game time leap. She was hitting winners all over the court. So good creating offensive scenarios for herself with her movement. The forehand was working today, especially the down-the-line forehand from Kleisters. So good opening the court, and the hop forehand to the open court.
Yeah, her backhand is so brilliant, the way it opens up space to finish. And then the good serve, and a fairly straightforward finish. 5-1 for Kleisters. It was 16-13 going into the final event, the men's singles. Jack Sock and Mitchell Kruger. And Sock played well in the doubles, and he was out here looking to close for the Empire. Yeah, he was firing on the forehand.
That forehand got him the early break, and there was no looking back from there. Forehands all over the court. Jack Sock closing in, putting away volleys. Constant pressure on Mitchell Kruger today.
Yeah, Kruger avoided the second break. Deciding point at 4-2, and Sock comes up with that brilliant forehand winner. So he takes it 5-2. Kleisters and Sock 10-3 down the stretch from a fairly close match, but it was dominant at the end as New York wins the match 21-15. Back and wrap things up from the Greenbrier. Welcome back, everyone. Let's look at the World Team Tennis League standings after day 7. Freedoms and the Smash in the top 2 spots. The Empire, by virtue of the win tonight, to 3 wins and 2 losses. So they are into the top 4. You can see a pretty large grouping, Mark, right in the center. 3 and 3s, 2 and 3s, and a lot's going to unfold over the next week, 2 weeks.
This league is so close, so much parity, so many good teams. Teams are going to be jockeying for positioning. Can't wait to see what's upcoming.
Here's a look at the Lasers schedule. They got Philadelphia and New York on Monday, Tuesday. And Chicago, San Diego, and Orange County. And a little bit further down the road is Orlando. So we've got some great matches there. Here's our DraftKings New York Empire schedule. Orange County, Springfield, and San Diego before a day off. And then Vegas, Chicago, and Washington. So nice lineup of matches for both the Lasers and the Empire down the stretch. So that's it from the Greenbrier. Another great day of tennis. Kim Kleisters showing off her skills. Hope you can join us tomorrow here on ESPN Plus for 2 more matches. 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific. We'll see the Chicago Smash and the Orlando Storm. 8 p.m. Eastern, it's the San Diego Aviators and the rival Orange County Breakers. For my broadcast partners, Mark Lucero, Nick Gismondi, and the entire crew, I'm Leaf Shire saying so long, everybody, from center court at Creekside.